stampingcatcrew.com. Today we're going to make this congratulations card. I'm actually going to make it into a thank you card and use a little bit of a different element at the bottom, but just wanted to show you all the basic stuff that I did use. So I started with the Flourishing Phrases stamp set here, and then also the die cuts. So the congratulations card was this one, and then I did a thank you very much. This is the coordinating die cuts. For the bottom sentiment, I actually used this on both cards. I put a flower behind, and then I used this to embellish some of the stems. And I'll actually show you where I got those flowers from. In the 2018 annual catalog, there is some laser cut sheets of paper that are just beautiful. So this one happens to be one of the floral sheets that is available. There are some really big centerpiece florals, a lot of tiny flowers, lots of leaves that trail down. So what I did is I took a few and I just cut them kind of as a focal point and put them together with some of the really pretty Highland Heather. That's the new color. So this is one of the laser cut die cut sheets that has all the flowers. One side is actually white and the other side is the very vanilla. So between that and having the die cuts from these, it was enough elements to make a really beautiful focal point. On the back of the cardstock, I also used the brand new flower embossing folder, which is really lovely. So I did it more towards the top so I'd have room to put the sentiment at the bottom. I'm going to set the main one aside. You can see the difference is the congratulations was a straight sentiment, so I just flagged the ends and did this element at the bottom and sprinkled some of the extra sequins around. So we're going to do a little bit different for a couple reasons. The center flower's a little bit different, and so whatever the flower arrangement is going to determine what you're using. And because I wanted to have a thank you sentiment, I actually used the Pretty Label punch for that, and it says thank you so very much. So in that case, I'm going to center the part right here at the bottom and then attach that. And then we're going to do some stacking for the flower at the top. So I'm going to grab my fine tip glue and I'm just going to show you kind of how I layered this together. The first thing we're going to do is, I always have this little silicone mat around because it keeps me from getting glue everywhere. I'm actually just going to add a little bit of the glue right around the center of that flower. I really don't want everything glued down, just static. So this is still going to give it some movement, and we just want to layer that Highland Heather die cut flower in the middle. And we've got some leaves that are hanging down, and then I've done two of those berry items here. So then it's determining where you want everything to lay on your card. So I know that I want to have this thank you very much in the center, and I think we're going to have it about there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of the fine tip adhesive in some key spots. And just think of this as kind of a layer of paper that's going across the bottom, or a ribbon that's kind of wrapping around. Have that about there. I'm going to give that an opportunity just to dry a bit. So we know we've got these two purple points that we want to have hanging down. So what I want to do is kind of lay this out so I can get an idea on how everything is going to fall. And just like that. So if I take some of my adhesive and I'm going to add it to the back of the flower here. And just about there. And I'm going to do the same thing with both of these. And then I've pre-cut a couple of these really mini gold sequins, but before I attach that on, I'm actually going to take a line of this snail adhesive, and I have a Highland Heather A2 size card background already ready to go. I've got some very vanilla layered on the inside. This is going to be the front, and I'm going to center that right on here, so it's going to give it a really nice border. So all the colors pop where they're supposed to. And then if I take a couple of the mini glue dots, you can actually roll the glue dots up so that they will be smaller. So if you take them off of the sheet right there, and then I'm going to stick it on the end of this. And then I'm going to barely lift right here. And then I'm going to fast forward. I'm going to do the same thing for the other. Okay, so we've got these laid down exactly where we want them. We've got this beautiful flower that has space for a center focal point. So I'm going to take one of these gold faceted gems, and I'm going to lay that right in the center there. And then, because we have these, I'm just going to take our gold thread and I'm going to lightly wrap it around a bit on both of these. And then have those be kind of laying exactly where you want. And then I'm going to sprinkle a few of the little tiny sequins around. And one of the cool things is this tool is like 10 bucks. It is a multi-tool. It also has a refill on it for the putty. And then there is also a end on it that is a stylus. So one end is a smaller stylus, one end is a larger stylus. So it's a multi-tool. It is awesome and super excited to have that available to everybody. So here's our finished card. It just says thank you so very much. And you saw the focal was just the designer series paper that was laser cut. We did a few die cuts, an embossing folder, and added some of our gold sequin trim and one of the gold faceted gems. Hopefully you liked the card today, and thanks so much for stopping by. Leave a comment or a thumbs up, that helps, and happy creating. Have an amazing day.